Hi, Todd Martin here with The Walking Code. In this video we are going to look at 3 different gaits used when walking downhill. Remember, if you like this video, please click the like button, share, and subscribe to this channel if you're not already a subscriber. You can also find your Walking Code merch if you click on the merch link in the description section of this video. The type of gait that we use depends on the slope of the hill that we're walking on. We can have a very low grade slope, which is just almost flat. We can also have a moderate grade slope, which is starting to slope down a little bit more. And then we can also have a more significant or steep slope that we have to walk down. And in each of these situations, the type of gait that we use is going to be slightly different. It's important that we use the correct gait when we transition from one type of hill to another type of hill, depending on the type of slope or the degree of slope that we're walking on. It's kind of like changing gears when you're riding a bicycle. If the slope becomes steeper, we have to change gears to have the most efficient movement. When the slope increases or decreases, we can change the type of gait we use to make the movement more efficient and also reduce impact on our joints.
The first gait is a normal stroll like we would do on flat ground. There are 2 phases to this gait, a change of weight followed by a swing through. Using a normal stroll on a slope can be a problem because the swing leg completes its motion while suspended in the air. The normal change of weight results in a heavy drop. The impact can have a significantly jarring effect. Even on this very low-grade slope, you can see the heavy impact when the foot lands. The second gait takes a normal stroll and adds a reaching action with the swing leg to complete the step. This is similar to the finish of a step when stepping off of a curb. The reaching action is triggered by extension of the swing leg hip. This type of gait maintains the efficiency of speed that we see in normal walking, while at the same time reducing some of the impact on the joints with the reaching action that takes place right after the normal swing through. That makes this type of gait effective on a very low grade of slope. The third type of gait uses the same reaching action seen at the end of the second gait example, but uses a single leg balance position to slow the movement down prior to completing the reach of the swing leg down and forward. This third type of gait is really good for walking down steeper hills, but it's probably unnecessarily slow and mechanical for walking down a very low level grade. I'll look at this type of gait in more detail when we look at walking down a steeper slope. The normal strolling gait is even more of a problem when the slope becomes steeper because there's farther to fall when it is time to change weight. I'm not going to demonstrate this gait right here. The first gait we're going to look at on the moderate slope is the normal stroll forward followed by the reach of the swing leg. This gait is good for low or moderate grade slopes. On the moderate grade slope, this gait still maintains its efficiency of speed while maintaining a relatively low impact. As the slope starts to get gradually steeper, you'll notice the need to switch to the third type of gait, which we'll be looking at just after this one. The third type of gait bypasses the traditional swing through and instead moves the body into a single leg balance position before completing the step with the reach forward and down action. In this third type of gait, you can see a more bicycling type of action of the swing leg as the movement transitions from the weight change to the single leg balance position to finally completing with the extension of the swing leg hip. In this clip, we can clearly see the disadvantage of using a normal gait and a normal swing through on a steep slope. The body essentially launches itself into thin air and then crashes down onto the foot without any control. Our second gait works only slightly better on the steeper slope than our traditional forward stroll did. This gait uses a reach forward and down from the swing leg hip following the initial swing through. This type of gait uses a third phase inserted after the initial swing through, where the swing leg hip reaches the swing leg down and forwards towards the ground. This results in a slight slowing of the lowering action of the body and resulting in less of a crash and more of a controlled change of weight. This type of gait can be used for moderate or small slopes, but for a steep slope it still results in a significant impact. Our third gait pattern uses the single leg balanced position to slow the forward movement of the body before the swing leg reaches down and forward, just like we saw in the second gait pattern. The body is brought to a balanced position over the standing leg instead of the normal swing through. This balanced position is followed by the reach down and forward coming from the swing leg hip. The weight is then changed in a completely controlled fashion, making this type of gait the best one to use on a steeper slope.